bring you greetings from Academy Singapore. And I want to thank you for the privilege to be here. My name is James. I'm a Sharon Rose Master. And I'm here to bring you glad tidings. Sound familiar? And continuing from what the chairman has mentioned, you have to live your future today. And Academy, it is about the lifestyle brand of tomorrow, and that is the absolute quality and absolute price right now. Right now. We don't talk about tomorrow, we don't talk about the future, we talk about right now. The future must begin right now. So this is one message that I want to share with you today. And those of you who have missed the one-day seminar at Kalayan Center the last weekend, you missed that message. And the message is, stop doing Academy. Yes, I mean it. Stop doing, because if you do, there will be a time where you do not do. Is that so? But I ask you to be Academy. You must become the Academy that the chairman is looking for. Everyone just turn your head to the right side and look at the banner. The foundation on the top there, the right hand side, your right hand side, the foundation of Academy, the foundation inside you is being. So you must be before you do. You cannot do if you have not been, if you have not become. Which means the future will not happen until you are right now. You are being. How many of you here are human being? None of us here are human doing. Yes, so please. And why Academy? Because atom. What is atom? The smallest particle. The next thing that happens to an atom is growth. You become bigger. You cannot be smaller than an atom. And the word "me" is the Chinese word for beauty. The beauty of being small, because the small will bring down the mighty. Have you heard of that? So I ask you to be Academy, because you will understand what it means to be simple. So the chairman talks about honesty and integrity. To be simple because it will transcend the dimension. How is that so? By becoming the beauty of the atom. Atomy, and atomy, and not atomy. You got the idea? So get it right inside you. You be Academy. You talk Academy. You use Academy. And you live out Academy. And you are in business with Academy. That is the way to go. So I want to share with you the starting point, and that is when you be Academy, you must begin to take care of your physical body. Isn't that so? How many of you heard about the chairman's plan to make Academy 100 years business? Yes? How many of you plan to be around? Some of us may not think it's possible, and some of us think, never mind, I'll hand it down to the next generation. And you know what? In Korea, some of these young generations say, no, I want it now. I might as well just become an Academy member and start living the Academy dream, because I have to wait until you finish all the Imperial Masters income, and then I take over. No, I want it now. So they are also learning to live the Academy dreams right now. So let's talk about the products of Academy, because that's how we begin. And Academy products is not because of the business. The Academy product is because we want you to begin to be the Academy. How many of you use at least 10 products of Atomy? How many of you use at least 30 products of Atomy? How many of you use 50 products of Atomy? Now the hands are getting fewer. Yeah. After that, one fine day, somebody will show me finger. No more hands. All right. The point I'm trying to make is the whole range of products and about the Atomy business and about the Atomy product and so many things. Does that create confusion and even conflicts? Wow, so many. You mean I have to take so many things for the rest of my life? And the answer is yes. Do you want to live the rest of your life? That is not because we are trying to make money out of the products, because if we want to make money, we would be charging you a lot more for the price. Isn't that so? Right? But yet, Atomy is at a reasonable price for you to use so that you will use all of them because it is one of the best. Now, I said this many times, there is no best product in the world. There isn't. But in Atomy, there is the best daily use products in the world. Because it's meant for daily use. So don't go around comparing the ingredients of a product because it is the best in the world, because it is not meant to be the best in the world in terms of ingredients, but the best in the world in terms of what you can use daily. You understand? And products have different impact. If I give you a medication, you do not use them daily. You use them until your symptoms go away and you stop. But in nutrition, it is part of the food that you take. And if you are living for a long time, you want to take for a long time. And so the science behind the products in the Atomy range of products is good enough, the products are good enough for you to be using every day without hurting you. So if you compare the ingredients, I can promise you it is not a top-notch ingredients because it is not supposed to be like that. It is not the most amount of the ingredient in the product because it's not meant for you to take it, symptoms go away, and enough, and we stop. I give you an example. Some people use Hemohim, and then they have energy from the Hemohim, and they said, now I have energy, I can stop Hemohim. They got it all wrong. It is not about Hemohim, have energy, no more symptom, stop Hemohim. Then you got it wrong because Atomy is a lifestyle. It is not about a supplement. It is not about products. It is about a lifestyle. Now, who is in charge of your lifestyle? You yourself. But if you go to a food center and you eat the food, who is in charge of your health when it comes to food? Not you anymore. Who? The cook. If the cook put in more salt and more sugar, who is in charge of your health? The cook, not you. So you must understand the extent and the number of times and the amount that you eat out. That determines the control of your health because you have handed it over to someone you don't even know who, called the cook. And you happily and gleefully pay money for it. You get the idea? And so because of that, we need supplement to help us ensure you are getting good value for the money that you pay, which is the quality products that you are putting inside your body when it comes to supplement, because you know who made them versus the cook that gives you the food and you do not know who the cook is, right? So let's look at the confusion and the conflicts that we all face, because I want you to understand that is natural. It is natural because it is a new lifestyle known as the Atomy lifestyle. And today I want to talk to you about something that is very important. Why do we need the Atomy lifestyle via the supplement? Because in a recent research, 2004, they talk about the result of fast food chains. They talk about the result of people who said, I eat very carefully, I am very conscious of my food. However, many people fail to recognize that you do not have a PhD in nutrition, you do not have a PhD in health science, you do not even have a master degree or a basic degree, and then you think you know exactly how you should be in control of what you eat every day. But I am in control. I know my body is like that. No, very few of us really understand your body. We don't understand our body. Not even medical doctors fully understand your body. Do you agree? You happily agree with that, but you cannot agree that you cannot understand your body. You get the point? Many of us do not understand the body because the body is very complex. So there is a science and an art when it comes to supplementation. And I want to give you a little bit of that. So giving you a little bit of the science then, in the US Department of Agriculture, known as the USDA, and the USDA, by the way, does not talk to the FDA. So US FDA and USDA, while they are government organizations involving supplements, they do not talk to each other. They are not the best friends and they have different standards. All right? So the USDA, they found out that 37% of people who believe that they eat healthily and is in control of their food intake actually do not have enough vitamin C and vitamin E and zinc and iron, just to give you a few examples of that study. All right? So basically, we take supplement precisely because of this reason, to prevent diseases because we don't realize that we don't have enough. And at the same time, when you think you have enough, oh, I have energy. No, the idea is to continue taking them so that you optimize your health. Do you know that if you are angry with someone for 10 minutes, your immune system will drop for the next 1 hour? It does. And if you are angry for someone over an hour, your immune system is kapoops for 24 hours. No wonder anger and anxiety and depression and all these things eat up your intestine, eat up your stomach. You have this churning feeling inside your stomach. How many of you have that kind of experience when you're upset, when you're nervous, right? Mine was churning just now before I came up. For a while, I became nervous because I'm standing in front of everybody, and what I say, I need to bear responsibility for what I say. And that is very important. So I still have, butterflies in my stomach, even though I stand in front of people quite often. But now the butterflies flies in formation. All right? So I want to tell you a little bit about this particular aspect. Why do we take this product? It is for your overall well-being. Now, there is a strategy, and I like this strategy. I want to share this with you. This product, can anyone guess what is this product that gives you overall well-being? Everybody say Him. Okay, there you are. Overall well-being. Think about that. In my years of experience, I realized that Him may not and should not, in my opinion, be the first product that you introduce to people. The failure rate is rather high. I'm just giving you some practical suggestions, all right? Number one, the taste is an acquired taste. Not everybody likes Him taste. Agree? It has very high therapeutic properties, the Him, because of the research. So many people take it, and if they are not careful, or if they're not healthy, or if they don't understand, they will have healing crisis and detox effects. They will have maybe headaches, they may constipate, which is very common, all right? And they will feel very heaty, if there's a word for it. All right? And actually it's because they haven't drank enough water. Actually it's because the body is not in good balance, and Him reveal the weakness of the body, and the body tells you the story. But then you say, I know my body, it doesn't happen like that, and now with Him it becomes like that. Something's wrong with Him. Oh yes, sure. Something's wrong with the 16 PhD scientists who put their head together over an 8-year period to give you hemohim. So your head is bigger than 16 PhD scientists. And you probably agree, yeah, PhD, permanent head damage. That's why. But that is not the case, right? They understood what it means to give you hemohim, but at the right time, in the right place. And oftentimes, from my background, helping people to get healthy, I told them the foundation has to be fixed. The foundation of vitamin C and probiotics and omega-3 oils. That is the foundation of your health. Upon which you throw in the hemohim, it will begin to work far better for these people after the initial period of the foundation. But now, there is a solution. For people who want something, who only want one thing and not a range of things. First time to introduce, you can try Hongsamdan because it is a overall well-being. The effects is far less threatening, it's more general. You can take it any time of the day, all right? And you take it for overall impact. What are they? Let's talk about it. That is the picture of Hongsamdan, all right? And basically, it will improve your mood, your stress. It will help you with your brain function. You cannot remember too smartly. Don't be too smart. All right? Improve anti-inflammatory properties. Help weight loss in the long term, not immediately. Improve your lung function. Not many products can help with lung function. Lower blood cholesterol, blood sugar levels, okay, and boost your immune system. And let me just add, it is not a medication. Please don't take this and tomorrow no need to see doctor anymore. I never said that. Please see the doctor some more. Why? So that you can take your blood reading and see the difference. You understand? You need to know what's going on in your body. So don't be afraid to see the doctor, but understand you are in control of your life, your health. So these are the benefits of ginseng, and what you have is a patented product. Okay? Now, in the studies behind ginseng, independent studies, it has been proven that it can improve your blood glucose moderately. In more than 10 studies, they show the same result. Improve your brain, your cognition, your brain works. In 4 studies, very high response. And for guys, no need Viagra anymore. Okay, stick with stick with Hongsamdan. Add on hemohim if you want even better results. But don't come looking for me if your nose bleed, yeah? Okay? If you add all powerhouse together at the same time. But the idea is that it will also improve the well-being, and well-being is subjective. Even though it's subjective, which is known as the placebo effect, it is very good because placebo effect is an effect that allows your brain and the part of you to agree with what you are taking. The nocebo effect is not what you want. Nocebo effect means I take it, maybe I will constipate. Will I constipate if I take it? Will I have headache? Will pimples come out if I take this and if I take that? That is called the nocebo effect, and I promise you when you take those things, exactly it will come to pass. That will make profits out of all of you. Because of the nocebo effect. You believed it, it will come to pass. The placebo effect is the believing of the good things. The nocebo is the believing of the negative things. So I rather go with a placebo. So take the Hongsamdan because it also supports, all right, the menopausal symptoms because of the circulation issue, because your hormones, to control the hormones is part of your circulatory system, allowing your brain to send signals, all right, through the blood to your adrenal to release all the 25 over different types of hormones, and not just sex hormones, but all the other types of hormones, your stress hormones and so on, so that there is a balance of hormones, and then we can talk about menopause and better transition into a different part of your life. Hongsamdan, the pattern is for the spherical. You can take it neat, put it in your mouth, the saliva will digest them, and straight away you can take it. I generally find people can handle the ginseng taste better than the himohim taste. You can try it out, but unfortunately there will always be some people who do not like the ginseng taste. So it's okay. Mix it in the water, put it into your food, that is fine as well. All right? The whole composition of Hongsamdan basically is really just the powder, all right, and the most important thing known as the ginsenosides. Okay? Ginsenosides. It is the one that has the drug-like effect. It doesn't drug you, but it has a pharmacological, in other words, a drug-like improvement to certain areas, but at a minor portion. Okay? So you can feel it. Now, if you want to compare notes, many other products also have ginsenosides, but they would not necessarily reveal to you the extent of the ginsenosides, because that is the trade secret. I can tell you this. The RG1 and the RB1 is quite common. There are a total of 100 of them, ginsenosides. But the most common ones, the RG1 and the RB1. All right? However, the RG3 is not common, and that is the trade secret. All right? The proportion, I also do not know. If I know, I'll be a very rich man. But it's okay. It is there, and it's already is a better product compared to many other products. Now, all the information that I've given to you can be found on the website. So take your time, go and take a look at it. But this one is a little bit of added research that I give to you that I checked. And there you are in the top 5 ginseng product that you can buy online without naming the brands. Only 2 will reveal the ginsenoside portion. The rest do not. Out of the 5, 4 do not have after-sales support. Whereas in Hongsamdan, you can always call who? Don't call the office. Call your uplines. Your uplines are there for you. Call them and make them learn. Let them find out as well. If they do not know, they will call their uplines. And upward it goes, okay? But the whole idea is we support one another. Now, basically, if you feel tired, you can choose himohim or Hongsamdan. All right? You want better immunity, himohim or Hongsamdan. Okay? Vitality, stress, memory loss, and so on. Does that mean Hongsamdan is better than himohim? No, they are just different. They are different. I'm looking at some cases where I put in the himohim with the Hongsamdan, as in himohim, Hongsamdan, himohim, or himohim, Hongsamdan, himohim, Hongsamdan, himohim in one day. That means 3 and 2 or 2 and 1. Different combination to see what is the impact like on different patients of mine who come and see me for health coaching. This is what my professional work is, and I'm beginning to find very interesting results, okay, based on individual differences. But I'm not asking you to do that, all right? Just take 1 pack for now, a day. You can take it at one go, or you can mix it in a hot drink and drink slowly over half an hour. I really do not recommend you put it inside and drink it throughout the day, bit by bit. Okay, that you do for the next product that I will tell you about in a moment's time. But otherwise, mix it in a hot drink, drink it in the middle of the day. Highly recommended sometime before lunch if you are on 2 himohim, or after lunch in the mid-afternoon if you're on 1 hemohym, okay, or 3 hemohym. Okay, so there are different combinational proposition for you. But talk about that in the next opportunity. But for now, for 4,250, okay, at the published price, all right, on the website, I got this from the website, you have a very good product on hand for all those benefits that we are talking about, and to recommend it as a first product for people. All right, I know you're very excited. So am I. Let's move on. The second thing you do as you introduce that product, as you look at overall wellness, overall well-being, the number 2 thing that you want to pay attention to is your fats metabolism. Lipids means fats. Many of us have fats in our body, yes? If you don't have, you are not human being. Right? We all have. But some of us have it more than others because you always want more money, more PV, and you also have more fats. All right? So, cut down the more when it comes to fats. How do we do that? Something to help you, but help you provide as a supplement. In other words, to support you, not help you, and meanwhile, you will have buffet breakfast, buffet lunch, and buffet dinner. Right? Your lifestyle has got to be managed, and then this supplement will be able to bring out its effect on you because you are cooperating with the purpose of the supplement. So what is that? The pure tea. It is coming up. In typical Chinese pronunciation, Mandarin pronunciation, it's called Pu'er cha, Pu'er tea. But with your typical intonation, it may become a poor tea. So I suggested to the company, don't say poor tea. It will sound like a poor tea. So say it like a pure tea. So it will sound like a pure tea. Pure tea. You won't go too far wrong with that. Now, what exactly is pure tea? You will get very excited about this because I got very excited about this because it is a really good steal. A good bargain, in other words. What is that? In a moment's time, from a Chinese premium tea, you go to China, everybody talks about it, but nobody talks about it at this level because this pure tea is totally different. Right? It comes from a good region in a controlled production, including fermentation, which may or may not happen. The traditional pu'er tea, and they are pu'er tea in China, pronounced as pu'er, and then from now on, Atomy pure tea will make it pu'er tea. All right? In compared to the actual China-based pu'er tea. If you understand what I mean, it's going to become poorer. All right? They ferment the products. The longer it is, the more expensive it is. Have you seen those pu'er tea in cake-like packaging? Like a piece of cake? And they fermented it for 100 years and all that? Those are very expensive. It can become $1,000 for a miserable 5-inch cake size. All right, a few $1,000. But that is about long fermentation. But in Atomy, the fermentation is enough to allow you to achieve the same benefit of pure tea, able to give you, all right, good quality ingredient. All right. Again, you can see this on the website eventually. There is dry harvesting, fermentation, good extraction, and then powder spraying, spray drying, all right? So, I'm sure a lot of you don't understand all these. What's spray drying? the industry will understand. You can take it from me. They are very good, clean practices. Okay. Now, the key is the most critical ingredient known as the garlic acid. Garlic acid, not garlic acid. It's not garlic. Just call it garlic. For you, you say garlic acid because it is a very powerful antioxidant, and one of the purpose of garlic acid really is to use up the fats in your body. How many of you think it's a good news? You're not interested in something that will help you burn the fat? Do you not? We do, right? Something that will burn the fat. The bad news is it will not reduce the number of fat cells. It will reduce the size of each fat cells, but not the number of fat cells. So I'm just giving you the truth and the facts of it all. So it will take a little while. If you have more number of fat cells, then you take a little longer. And you have more number and bigger size of each fat cells, you take even longer. All right, but be patient because this is a lifestyle that we are talking about, and you can take the purity for a long, long time. And once your body understands the mechanics, and your body has memory cells, memory B cells, memory T cells, and memory nerve cells, your body will be able to burn the fats, make use of what is known as lipid metabolism within your body very, very automatically because of the memory work that goes on when you have a routine in your life. Do you get the idea? All right. So, there you are. The garlic acid is predominantly the bottommost line, lipid peroxidation. Now, that's a scientific term, just to say the burning up of fats. Okay? It is antioxidant, the top of the line, powerful antioxidant, and one of the antioxidation has to do with your fats, the burning up of the fats. So in that sense, a powerful antioxidant because it powerfully reduces the fats of your body. And the fats of your body can be harming you because it restricts health within your body. Give you an example. The little pouch that you have right in the middle of your body is not your muscle. The little pouch in the middle of your body, and the guy says, once upon a time, my muscle was up here. After a while, it dropped there. Okay, but that is not the case. The pouch in the middle of your body literally begins in the front upper portion of your rib cage, goes in and goes past and finish up at the back of your rib cage, forming literally like a kangaroo pouch. And it holds your intestines, your stomachs, all right, and your internal organs. So this pouch is a very necessary collagen-based, all right, but also fat-based material. Okay? Now, when fats gather in that area, the size of those fat cells there increases, and when they increases, it is very hard to reduce the size. So your stomach always is the last part of your body that will lose the size because of the function. So never mind, as you go on using this product and your lifestyle adjustment, you will be able to see it lessening because your lifestyle will force the cell of the fats, the size of that cell, each of them, to come down smaller and smaller. And over time, your stomach will get smaller and smaller. And the good news is your stomach is expandable. Buffet in and buffet out, it gets bigger. Go for a 3-day, 5 days, 7-day, 21 days fasting. Oh, that's a dirty word. Oh. But fasting is very powerful and very good. I haven't seen anybody who fasted and died. And I haven't seen anybody who fasted and didn't get well. 100% when you fast correctly with the right method, you get well. So you can do semi-fast, you can do periodic fast, you can do full fast, all right? And with your pure tea, you actually will accelerate the result of the fat burning. Okay, that's one option to consider, right? But the key that you should be using the pure tea is basically, all right, for the purpose of improving your fat metabolism, which is one of the main cause of health problems. Now, there are a lot of studies going on regarding the gallic acid. Okay, they are looking at different areas. Some are completed, even colon cancer and so on, not because the gallic acid can cure cancer, no. It's because it will take care of the fat metabolism and the antioxidant, and that indirectly help with the management of cancer, in this case colon cancer, and the various other medical condition that is going on in our body, so very specific. So these are some of the studies that's going on. So I'm telling you the gallic acid receives a lot of attention. Now, this is the steal you are getting. Why pure tea at this price? But I don't know what's the price yet, but I can promise you based on the Singapore price, it is very, very good. Why? Because if you were to go to the industry and buy gallic acid straight from a supplier, oh, I don't want to waste time with Atomy pure tea, no matter how pure it is, never mind. I just go straight and take all the gallic acid I can have to have the same effect. Look at what happened. How much is it going to be? It costs, and I have the number there, but I hide it here, okay? You can write an email, you can call the company and say, I want 100 mg of gallic acid, pure gallic acid, 100 mg, and it costs $122 US. I am rich. If you want gallic acid, you buy it from me. You get my point? But in Atomy, what happened? Our gallic acid is 35 mg per sachet. So 4 sachets, you would have made your $122 US. The value, I mean. Right? So some of you get very excited. US $122. No, the value. So this is the reality in the industry. The value of the gallic acid you are taking. So don't underestimate the value of the Atomy products that the chairman with all his heart made available to us, because you want to make sure you have absolute quality at absolute price. On the website, you will now understand the pure tea compared to the regular Pu'er tea. All right? Pure tea, 1 sachet is Pu'er tea, 34 cups. That is the value of the gallic acid. Gallic acid, not the caffeine. Pure tea or Pu'er tea, whatever tea, they have caffeine. All right? So don't think that I'm asking you to take 34 times caffeine. No, I'm not. I'm not asking you to take 34 times water, caffeine, and all the rest of the polyphenols that is in the tea. I'm just saying in Atomy pure tea, you are getting the most important ingredient, which is gallic acid, at 34 times than your regular Pu'er tea. That's why it's called Pu'er tea. Got the idea? All right. Now I learned this here. This is the first time I'm saying that. So let's move on. You can put it in the water, not in cold water though. Put it in your regular water and you drink throughout the day if you don't like to drink too much at one go. But you can also put it in hot, warm water and drink it after a heavy meal. That may also help, but it does not help instantly. It helps over time because it doesn't burn instantly. Fat metabolism does not burn immediately. Fat metabolism is not the first choice in your body. Okay? For long energy supply, your body always goes for sugar. That's why you always want to eat sugar stuff. For short-term supply, like you're chasing after the jeepney or something like that, chase and you chase and you chase, and by the time you get onto board, then you remember to breathe. You understand? Yeah, when you remember to breathe, that's where you use sugar to metabolize. When you forgot to breathe, that's where you use fat to metabolize. So you realize fat metabolism does not happen in a long time because you never chase the jeepney for a long distance, right? You can only last maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, some of you 2 seconds. And then you straight away, cannot. You understand? So fat metabolism, short burst. Right? So don't think that I eat buffet, I drink Pu'er tea, and then straight away, all right, you will be able to burn fat immediately. It is not like that. I'm just saying it's a good warm drink after your meal, and it will start to let the body kick off the natural fat metabolism that is happening over time in your body. Like if you do housework, you need to burn a little bit of fat energy because you never breathe, right? You never think about breathing, right? Now, none of us brush the floor or clean the pots and pans, and none of us do that, right? Yeah, when you never think about breathing, your body kind of use a lot more fat energy, but it will stop the moment it reaches the maximum level. Because when you burn fat energy, you have lactic acids. So lactic acids in your body, it's an end result, it will stop you from burning fat energy. So there is a limit. But now we drink the Pu'er tea throughout the pure tea, throughout the length of the time in your day, or you have the habit of drinking it, you let your body acquire the daily use habit. Understand? All right, so that's the context that we're talking about. So, finally, all right, in the last one, you must have guts. You want to have overall well-being. You want to burn up the fat energy. You must have guts. What do I mean? You have the stomach. You have the right thing to do. When it comes to guts, of course, I'm talking about your probiotics. And probiotics is for your gut. It's not for your digestion. Many people think that probiotics is for digestion. It is not for your immediate digestion needs, but in the long term, after 3 weeks to a month, your digestion will also improve, not because of the probiotics supplement, but because of the improved probiotic condition that is in your gut after you use the probiotic supplement. You get the idea? Right? So it is for long-term digestive health, but more than digestive health, it's got many other properties. Many diseases and many complications of health begins in the intestines, in your guts, we call it. Your guts is your stomach plus the small intestines plus your large intestine. The 3 different, physiologically different functions. The 3 combined together forms your gut, and so very few people have guts. If you know what I mean. We have the stomach, we have the intestine, and we have the colon. But few people have guts to take the supplement called probiotics. Pro means for. Biotics means life. A lot of us run to the medical industry and we take the antibiotics, and anti means biotic. So life. Very little life or no life, because antibiotics by definition will kill all the bacteria in its range, good and bad. They meant it for the bad, but unfortunately the bad and good do not clearly separate. Sometimes they mix together, they live with each other. All right? So, just like among your neighbors, there may be a robber or a thief or a gambler, right? Not so great in society. Some of us even call them bad, but yet they live among us. Okay? And that's the way it is in the intestines. The good ones and the bad ones live together. The good ones sometimes make the bad one bad. What do I mean? Yeah, when you flaunt your wealth, you carry stacks of cash all over the place where you walk, of course somebody will become the thief. You understand what I mean? Yep. Somebody will rob you because you're telling me when you're flipping all your cash notes all over, you're saying, rob me, rob me, rob me. And of course, they will do that. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So in your intestines, sometimes the good bacteria, if they don't behave, the bad bacteria will start to act. Okay, don't behave in the right way. So we need the good bacteria, which is 80%, and the bad bacteria about 20%. That's how is the composition of the good and the bad bacteria. However, if you are angry, I mentioned just now, if you are anxious, if you are depressed, your good and bad bacteria combination will change. And when it changes, your pH levels start to change, your hormonal supplies change, your blood circulation change, in a sense that they are carrying different type of material in the blood. Okay? So because of that, all right, your hormones will be affected. Okay? So it's a whole cascade of activities that's happening in your body the moment you are upset. That's why a merry heart does good like a medicine. You heard of that saying? When you are happy, when you are joyful, when you are easygoing, it makes things easy for you and for everybody around. Okay? And that begins with good bacteria. But if you are grumpy, angry, easily irritated, and half the time, all right, angry with people, you not only have a toxic liver, literally, you also have a bad gut. You do. Okay? If we take you and do an autopsy, we will establish that it is the case, all right, of a bad combination of bacteria and a toxic liver. So, your probiotics, 13 strains, have got all its benefits for you, including your digestive tract, and therefore it impacts digestion. On the left side, the Lactobacillus rhamnosus, okay? And then you have your acids, which is your pH changes, and then you have intestinal growth and so on, the good condition, and then it controls, look at the bottom right side, Lactobacillus paracasea, basically controls harmful bacteria. So the good ones should be there to help the bad ones. When you are upset all the time, the good ones will disappear. They do not function so well. The bad ones rise up. That's why you feel the way you feel. All right? And yet you don't feel the way you feel because the feelings come from your gut. That is the biological truth of the matter. I did a research very quickly for you. You will notice there are many, many different strains in different studies, but in all this, which is a study done by the University of Yale University in the US, all right, and they still could not resolve irritable bowel syndrome. So to date, irritable bowel syndrome is still not an easily overcome and easily resolved condition. Probiotics in the long term will help, but you must monitor with other lifestyle adjustments. And so with all these different types of probiotics available in the market, including very scientific ones, you notice very few of them have 13 strains. And the one with more than 13 strains, okay, known as a bio-crude, is less than 0.2 gram. Okay? All right? And anatomy, you will find out ours is how many grams in a moment's time, but that is the type of product we have. It has probiotics, it has prebiotics, and prebiotics is the food for probiotics. So in your Atomy probiotics, it has the living organism probiotics. It also has prebiotics, which is known as the oligosaccharides. So these are the prebiotics that is meant to help your probiotics survive the journey all the way to your colon, which can take 1 day from the day you take it. All right? Depending on how complicated your gut is, how many bumps along the way, how many things along the road that it must turn around, and so on. You understand what I mean? Yeah, your small intestine is not a straight road, right? It probably also have traffic lights that you have to wait, right? Known as your poorly digested material, okay, that you left inside. and not enough fiber. So you're not moving those things out of your intestines enough. So there you are. Your probiotics is 2.5 gram and 60 sachet. Just now you saw the other one is only 0.1 gram. Right? So you see the differences. Okay, the different factors, okay, that make our probiotics totally different. Now, that is customary of me. Every time I share products, I always share how to use. And I use this generally for people who want to get the best result. But if you ignore, which is also fine, take it any way you want because they're all food-based, it is still okay. But to have your value for the money spent, I highly recommend the first thing that you do when you wake up is to drink your water, not your coffee, not your mee. Some people like to take mee. I don't mean mee, I mean your noodles, mee. Right? And not your whatever, right? Your bananas or something like that. Water, the water of life. Take water. Take at least 2 glasses. Take even more if it's helpful for you, 500 ml. All right, that is a recommended amount, or even up to 1 liter if you tend to constipate. Have the habit of drinking enough water first thing in the morning, and I can promise you over the weeks after a while, you will no longer have a constipation tendency. Okay, and you shouldn't constipate, not even once a week. You shouldn't. All right? And then comes the important product I normally recommend, but not the first choice of product I recommend to my consumers, the Hemohim. Right? Though I didn't talk about Hemohim, but it has its very important role for the well-being that we talk about. And after Hemohim, give it a short break, and then you can have your breakfast. Now, I'm going to assume that your breakfasts are healthy breakfasts. Please don't straight away take the fried stuff, including your toast bread with eggs. All right? Or your sunny side up. The sunny side up at the bottom is full of oil. All right? So remember that. Take your healthy meal. What is your healthy meal? The next time I get a chance, I'll talk to you. Balanced life is a healthy meal. A very good breakfast to consider, along with a Pu'er tea to manage weight loss in the short term. You like the idea? Yes, for quite a number of us. Always before your breakfast, vitamin C, probiotics, not after food. Before food for the therapeutic outcome. After food, if you forgot, that's fine. Anytime in between, that's okay, but the value will be missing. I'd rather you attain the most value by taking before, just shortly before, 1-2 minutes before, put the powder in, and then you have your meal. Whether it is breakfast, if you are taking once a day, or twice a day, if you are taking, then it's going to be before breakfast and before dinner. Or if you are taking 3 times a day, and some people do, and some people ought to do that, then before your 3 meals each day. So there you are. After the meal comes your omega-3, so that forms the foundation. All right? And in this case now, comes the mid-morning, before lunchtime, you can think about your Hongsamdan. So about 10 plus, 11 plus, assuming your breakfast is 7 to 8. If your breakfast is 10, then I rather move your Hongsamdan to 3 o'clock. So it really depends on what time. So now I'm assuming your breakfast is by about 8 o'clock. Then by about 11 o'clock, you can consider the Hongsamdan as a drink. And then after that, you can have your lunch. Just before your lunch, if you are taking your probiotics and vitamin C again, then do that. Before the lunch, which is very easy for you to comply, you just carry your sachet with you. Before you eat, some of us pray. So now, before you pray, take your probiotics. So tie that together and you will remember, yeah? And after your lunch, some of us still take the omega-3 or saw palmetto, all right, or lutein or whatever. The oil base is always after food. So you can take them lunch or take them after breakfast. But let's move on. Late afternoon, after the lunch, your Pu'er tea, okay, or your Him, late evening, if you're taking the second pack, which you should, just half an hour before your dinner. And again, before dinner, what happens? Probiotics, vitamin C. If you are taking 3 times. If you are not taking 3 times, then you skip the lunch time and take it in the evening. So you have about 8 hours difference. After your dinner, your omega-3, all right? And don't forget your water in between. 1 glass of water before you sleep sometimes helps. For some people, when they are trying to clean off their, all right, toxins while they sleep. And I hope you sleep by 11 o'clock if you can help it most times in your life, because at 11 o'clock, when a cat goes to sleep, the mouse come out to play. 11 o'clock, your body begins to detox. The mouse will come out to play and they will get detox from your liver, from your colon, and so on. If you eat late, you have supper at 10 o'clock and so on and so forth, your body must empty the food quickly, and so your digestion will be incomplete in some way, poorly digested because your metabolism shut down, you are sleeping, your body is doing internal cleaning, all right? So that won't help you in your digestion. So I strongly urge you, live a lifestyle, live the atomy lifestyle, stop doing atomy business, start being the atomy business, because you must practice it on your entire lifestyle. Do you agree? When you do that, the business happens naturally, because this is atomy business, the business of your life. It is not just a business, it's a business of your life. Meaning, if you're not talking about products to a customer, you'll be talking about compensation plan to a partner, a business partner. Or while you're bathing, when you are drinking, you are using the atomy products of your skincare and so on. And when you're sleeping, you are dreaming about the atomy lifestyle. So you must be 24/7 atomy and not just do atomy, and there will be times where you do not do atomy. Right? So get your mindset correct, get the being in place, you will experience speed and you will have balance. And I thank you very much for listening.